Awesome. Ryan, man, thanks so much obviously for joining me today, man. I've just been super impressed with your, progress. Obviously, it's been chatting a little bit about your next steps and just the grunt work you've been doing, over the last 6 months, really to get this business up to where it is with so much, blue sky ahead of you, I think, as you optimize and scale, your operations and things like that. But man, first and foremost, I'd love to just you just obviously introduce yourself and the business and what you do and potentially where you were sort of at before, we met and you jumped into the program.
Yeah, thanks, Will. So I'm Ryan from Classic Bike Spares. We sell about 5,000 motorcycle parts online through Ecom for older British motorcycles between 1950 and 1985. Very niche industry. So I've come across Will around maybe November last year, and was sort of lacking the marketing slash email sort of side of the business and the Facebook. Over going through his course and working my way through the modules, we've slowly been running some good Facebook campaigns, slowly picking up and just sort of working out where our niche market is, as it's an older demographic. But we're doing fairly well on the email campaigns, which we weren't really proactively using, up until a couple of months ago. But we've seen some solid growth there.
Mm. Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, you've obviously, bought into that really well established business, as you said before, like they're old school sort of operators, and you've had troubles with not troubles, just challenges, obviously, with people wanting to just call you up all the time, put orders through, and pushing people off to, obviously, to the online. And so, you've been working really hard, obviously, on the lead generation stuff and emails, as you kind of mentioned, popping some ads through. But in terms of like revenues and becoming more obviously profitable is obviously the priorities, now. But as the revenues do grow, you can obviously see the opportunities to become more profitable as well, man. But I mean, even just from sort of our, interactions and obviously being, in amongst the program, like what do you feel has sort of been the most beneficial, I guess, for you, even just sort of personally running the business? Like, what have you kind of found the most useful for you?
It's really having identifying the tools that we really weren't using. We weren't using, Klaviyo or a few of those other systems, and we have sort of understanding what we need to do, how to get in front of it. I've got a lot more. I don't know. Got a lot more confidence to get out in front of their customers, where previously I would shy away from general marketing, being in front of them, that sort of thing. And just by doing the email campaigns, we're driving a lot more sales onto our website, opposed to phone services like our previous owners, which is freeing up our time really, to keep on track.
Yeah, it's insane, man. I mean, you guys are, we just spoke about it before, like on track for, 80 plus K this month, which will be awesome milestone. And then, yeah, I just definitely believe that 6-figure months just are really, really close. Just as soon as you obviously feel comfortable with the back end type stuff, you got some more automations happening there, and then you can just, light a fire under the marketing, man. Cause yeah, your niche, your specialty, your stance in the, obviously the industry is really strong. And it just needs, as you said, to get the word out there and serve those impressions to more people and the right people. And you're well on your way, man. It's very, very exciting. Obviously, yeah, awesome progress to see. It's been a pleasure, obviously, helping you guide through it and just help you with the bigger decisions, right? Like you're completely capable. You're not a beginner by any means. You might feel that way with kind of the business that you've been in and bought through, 12, 18 months ago. But in terms of your nous and experience is very sophisticated. So to be able to operate on that high level when we talk about the pricing and margins and biopsychology has been, really awesome and completely rewarding for me. I absolutely love it, man. So in terms of like, I guess, being on the other side, right, being in the program, sort of seeing, I guess, even the marketing and whatnot, and even the big business mechanics from your side, like having sort of the wisdom, I guess, on that other side, and then kind of looking back to where you were prior to joining the program, like, is there anything that you kind of say to people that are feeling in the position that you were, whether it's lost or overwhelmed or just not sure of kind of those next steps? Yeah, have you got any sort of thoughts just for
Yeah,
that?
yeah. If there's it depends on the exact industry and the niche. It always helps. But yeah, I would recommend the program if you really want to start out with getting into sales, then sort of pushing on that side of your business, and finding the tools that you need. That's sort of,
Yeah, man. No, totally. That's perfect. I mean, exactly right. Like, again, we spoke about it just before. It's not some magic fairy dust or some flash in the pan strategy that's going to do it for people. It's actually about identifying where your market is, what channel or tool that you specifically need, and kind of just pressing as hard as you can on that. And it's probably only 2 to 3 things like max, really. So simplicity is absolutely everything. And then obviously having, as you said before, the confidence and just the know how to do it is where you're going to get the results, man. And that's what we're seeing with you, and obviously much more to come, dude. So again, man, massive congrats. And it's been a pleasure throughout the journey, dude. Much more to come. So thanks for sharing all that, man. I really, really appreciate it.
no worries at all. Thanks, Will.
Awesome, buddy.